Let me read you something. This is interesting. So this is about current boyfriends, past boyfriends. So this follower just sent me this message. Can you share your perspective on being amicable with an ex? My boyfriend doesn't want me to talk to my ex anymore, and I believe I should be able to communicate with him if I'm completely honest with my partner. I don't speak to him regularly, but we recently reconnected after years of not talking, and we apologized for what we did and basically just cleared the air. Oh, that can be tough. Now, let's look at this from a few different perspectives. Biologically speaking, men are okay in larger groups. We've sort of been bred that way, right? And we also have a hierarchy in terms of our social status and the social currency that we use as men. This is something that's biologically innate within us. So what does that mean? That means that sometimes we can be threatened by other men, especially if we're insecure within ourselves, especially if we have trauma or wounding that we haven't equilibrated, especially if we've been maybe abandoned or rejected ourselves. Maybe your boyfriend has been cheated on in the past. And it's not that he doesn't trust you, it's that he's nervous. It's that he is bringing the fear from the past into the present moment. So what can you do here? I agree with you. You should be able to communicate with who you want as long as you're being honest, as long as you're being clear, as long as your intentions are really healthy as well and they're vested in the goodness of nourishing your soul and nourishing the relationship. And if you're clear about that, well then yeah, you should be able to really do what you want. We've got to be careful with the word should. But let's go a little deeper. Let's look at where's your boyfriend coming from. Now you don't know until you ask, but it's less about him and more about you. And let me explain. I'm going to backtrack a moment. Partnerships and relationships are tremendous opportunities for us to look at our stuff, to look at our pain points. Our partners won't heal us. They're not our therapists. They're not our coaches per se, but they're tremendous mirrors for helping us see the parts of us that we've been neglecting. So what's this bringing up in you? That's the question that I would ask initially. Do you feel like your freedom's being constricted and taken away from you? Is it pushing you to your edge? Are you triggered? What's it bringing up for you? And the second part to this is, how can you communicate to your partner in a loving, compassionate way, tapping into that powerful feminine superpower of compassion, empathy, and understanding, and letting him know how you feel when he behaves this way. But it's not so much about him, it's more about you. Now, in order for you to know how you feel, you have to explore the feelings that your partner is bringing up in you, or these conversations are bringing up in you. So the opportunity is to go deeper into your own self. I think that's tremendous, and I think that's a bonding opportunity for both of you. And maybe he will relax at a deeper level when he sees and feels that it's not that he can't trust you, but that he can start to connect the pieces and connect the dots and say, okay, this is actually me coming from maybe some past hurt or wounding and some past pain. Or maybe it's me and my ego. Or maybe it's I get a bad feeling about this guy and maybe I just need to communicate it in a different way. But either way, you can have far more open, transparent, beautiful conversations that bond you and bind you together as opposed to tearing you apart, because where you're not looking at the friction or the tension that this particular subject matter is causing or producing or creating, the opportunity that's creating for you. Hope that helps a little bit. Relationships can be complex and layered. However, relationships are one of our most important growth tools for developing a deeper sense of our own selves, and of course, taking that relationship, that entity of relationship into the world and serving others as well. And the more work you do as individuals on yourselves and with each other as a couple, the greater the opportunity you have to heal or help heal others and be an inspiration, a beacon of light for others as well, whilst having a fucking epic journey of love. Blessings.